Hi guys.
Hey guys. So chronologically, no time has passed since the last one, but Jenny wanted to split this into two separate recordings for upload purposes.
Well, because I didn't expect yours to go to 30 minutes.
Are you saying you expected my experiences to be significantly less shitty than yours?
Well, because originally you said there was 2 crappy jobs.
Yeah, but when you work in the same job for 3 years, you're bound to build a few crappy stories.
Okay, you know what? I can't talk because I can rant out a lot about these ones too, but so the topic is the same, except it's with me now. I'm gonna share with you guys some very nice stories.
She's looking really creepy right now, just FYI. So if you want to picture Mikochi with sarcastically evil smile on her face that belongs on Maleficent, then yeah.
You've seen my working attitude before though, right?
Yeah, I know, of course.
You know how I work?
Yes.
Would you say I'm a bad employee?
You're a terrible, terrible employee.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. No, yeah, you're a good employee. You have a good work ethic.
I actually work really hard in my stuff, and I do try to keep a really upbeat attitude. So what I'm gonna share is it's gonna be my top 3 crappiest job, but from the least crappy to the crappiest.
Crappy is. I actually know which ones you're gonna say. So can I try to guess and put them in order?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with food retail, first one, that's the least.
Yeah.
Next will be freelance client, typical client, and the last one.
Oh, you got it right?
Yes!
You got it right.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess we will begin. So, let's start with topic 1.
Oh my god. Gather around.
Gather
I'm
around.
gonna share with you some fucking tales. Now. Oh yeah, there was that thing. Okay, so my first job, my first crappy job. Actually, I think this was actually my first
job period. Oh no, you did
no,
newspaper delivery.
I did newspaper before, but this was my first I guess job where I need an interview for.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
So actually, one funny thing about that, during the interview, the guy, they always ask questions that kind of throw you off, right? So the guy was just saying, why shouldn't we hire you? And then I had a long pause. I didn't know what to answer.
You never know what to answer for that.
No, I stopped for a long time and I'm like, because I'm kind of stupid. And then the guy just looked at me blankly. He's like, okay. Hey, but I got hired anyway, so...
So that's just something for the standards. I mean, you didn't say where this job was.
Should I actually say where it is?
You didn't say what it was.
Well, I guess we only had this one theme park.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I kind of put it together.
Yeah, I worked at P&E, and I worked at mainly Triple O's and I think the Extreme Cart or whatever it's called.
Which is just a generic refreshment food cart thing.
Yeah, but then we had really annoying things to do with that one. But that isn't the point. The point is, okay, you do get a lot of customers there, especially at Triple O's.
It's a theme park. What do you expect?
That is the worst place in the theme park, in my personal opinion.
I thought atmosphere was your worst place because of the beer.
No, I meant the places that, the places to work.
Okay.
That is the worst place because everyone thinks that this is the only place to eat or something, and the line does not stop for Triple O's.
Yeah, but you kind of have to admit, because of the set, it's literally the first place to eat you see the moment you walk into the park, so you kind of see how it happens.
Yeah. So anyways, at Triple O's, I did have two main supervisors there. There's one main supervisor, she's kind of older, but she's really chill and she's nice, and she guides you through, and I'm like, oh, she's pretty cool. And then the other one is honestly, every time I see her, I always look out to see which supervisor is working for the day. And then the moment I see her, I was like, oh, fuck. Because she is she's kind of, those kind of managers, they always think they're kind of once above you kind of thing. Yeah. Which yes, you technically are, but you shouldn't be an asshole about it. She treats people differently, by the way. Yeah. So she treated me differently from some other people. So I just so there's that, but she was I guess that wasn't the main problem. There was this cook there. she's kind of an asshat. Like, she's really on the edge all the time, which is like, yeah, I understand that you're stressed, but everyone is stressed because the people are so constantly coming in and out.
Yeah.
So like they're like when we were calling for food, she like there was this one part where like a lot of people wanted small fries, right? But then every food we get, we're supposed to call the order, so then the people at the back know to get it.
Yeah.
And then there was one time she literally just stopped and was like, okay, if anyone calls any more small fries, I'm gonna freak out at you. Like, to all of us. Okay, this in front of customers too, by the way. She's just at the back, but I'm pretty sure they can hear. So that is really stupid. Another thing that happened at Triple O's is like, this guy, he's a supervisor in some other stall, but then for that day we're at the same level, okay? We're working together, and then of course, because the orders, like the people at the back, they can't make orders that fast. They can only go so fast, right? So then I was in charge of like running to and from for his order, and then he's in charge of taking the orders. So it's all cool. Anyway, so I was waiting for the orders. I called it out. I was waiting for the orders, and then the guy came out and he's like, do I look happy right now? I'm like, I don't know. And then he's just like kind of saying like, why is it taking so long? I'm like, because I'm waiting for orders. So they can only make it so fast. And then he's just like, just tell me, do I look happy right now? And at this point, I'm just like, are you fucking above me, you son of a bitch? And I'm like, and then like the supervisor actually saw my face when he was talking to me like that. I'm like, no, I can't tell, because I was getting like really pissed off. It's like dude, everyone was stressed and waiting for their food, okay? So why are you being an asshole about it?
You're not more important than everyone else.
Because I can't take someone else's order. What about their orders, right? That's stupid. So anyways, that's the two like employee thing experience over there. The other two ones is like just customers.
Yeah.
So you're constantly checking, man.
Yeah.
So the other two is at the extreme place that I worked at, which is also in P&E. So I was serving, like, there's a long line of customers and stuff, but then like, you get to that point where you're just like so tired, you're constantly serving, and then you haven't got your break yet. So ours is like, we had two windows, but then we were taking orders from one window, and the other window is pretty much you pick up your food.
Yeah.
So then at that side we say, please order your food at the other window.
Yeah.
So there was this long line, and then like for a while, like I guess not a lot of people were coming in. Yeah. So then so I'm like, okay, that guy just like randomly came in. I'm like, oh, can you go to the other window? But then he just like didn't really, and then he just like started ordering, right? So I'm like thinking, whatever the hell, right? Because no one's there at the moment. And then I'm like taking his order, but then someone else come in, but then you have to like, and then my supervisor is like saying like, you have to take people from this window, right? So I'm like, oh, sorry sir, but like, can you please, like, I can't really take your window from this.
From this window.
Yeah, my order from this window. Your order from this window. So like, sorry, I have to serve him first, kind of thing. And then he got so pissed at me, and then he threw money at me and said, why does it matter? And then it's these kind of things that, like, when people get like treated like this, you kind of feel like a dog. Okay, dogs shouldn't get treated like this, okay? You just feel like you're dirt, pretty much, when you're getting treated like this. So you're just like, I'm like, what the fuck, right? And then my coworker, I didn't really react to it. I just had like kind of a shit face, because that's really natural. Like, you kind of have a shit face. I pick up the money and I put it in the till, and then I'm just like, and then my coworker just got me the order. But then it's like, dude.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm pretty. That guy was a parent too, by the way.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
So even better. And another one was like, like maybe around like 18ish or like 20ish, kind of. This, like, I'm serving someone else's order, right?
Yeah.
So then like I'm getting the orders and stuff, and this girl with her buddies was just like waiting at the at the window, and then she's just like waiting, and she's like being really a bitch about it because I obviously have to complete my order first before serving you, right? So she's like, oh my God, is she blind? Does she even see us? What a bitch! Like to me, I'm like, and then she's like, hello. She keeps on going like that. And it's like, what? Do you not see me? And I'm like, why do people like this exist? Why? So that is my retail experience, I guess. This counts as retail, right?
No, it's more food services.
Okay, food services. I don't know why I kind of like bundle it up with retail, but yeah, I did P&E for like 2 years, I think.
That sucks.
Yeah, but then like there's this kind of seasonal thing.
Oh, you forgot to mention the whole.
Oh yeah. This okay. So the funny story was one night after I finished my services and stuff, I was like busing home, and then I'm like sitting on the bus. I'm like, someone smells like shit. What smells like shit? And then I was like really irritated. And I'm like, fuck, it smells like shit. And so then I moved to another part of the bus. I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? It smells like shit, man. And then I just like sat there for a while, and I got really irritated. I moved back, and then only then did it hit me. It was me all along. I smelled so bad after like all the frying food and shit. It was so bad. I was so embarrassed of myself though. But then I'm like, okay, what do I not do after working? I don't hang out with my friends. So okay, yeah,
so that was Jenny's shitty food services one. That's anybody that's worked a McJob, it's probably gone through something similar. Customers, there's always an asshole customer.
Yeah, like those two are some of my worst. There's always like other crappy ones, but like they weren't as bad as them. Okay, so my next one is the freelance one, which okay, so my sister's friend, he was looking for some like designs for like this product, right? And then it's already like a company, but then like I think they were trying to expand to the like North America. So then I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then he was asking for like some draft designs. I'm like, okay,
that's cool.
So then
good freelance work, right?
Yeah, also freelance work. So then I just asked him like, oh, what do you want, and like what are you looking for design wise, what kind of styles and stuff like that. And he pretty much just said like, oh, since I live in North America for so many years, it's like he was saying like I probably know the audience more. So I'm like, okay, and I just kind of suggested a few things, and he's like, yeah, I'm down with it, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, I mean, like, if you don't know the market and you want to expand it, like, yeah, get a local expert. That's fine. He
did have some direction, but then, like, he was just saying, like, oh, maybe these kind of things, and then, like, he was saying, like, but, like, I wanted to give you all the artistic power, so then, like, I don't want to limit you at all, and like, all that kind of sort of stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. So on the surface,
sounds super awesomely ideal.
Yeah. By the way, he wanted 50 draft designs within a week. That was the thing. I'm like, okay, I can do it because that time I didn't have any other job. I was working on my portfolio. So I did put my portfolio on hold for this. By the way, a week is a long time. So throughout when I was doing the designs, I've been
7 days.
Yeah, I've been sending him like the progress of it and stuff like that, and then like the reason why I want to send it is so I know that this is what he's looking for. So he's like, oh, it looks good and stuff, but then he hasn't really given me any feedback.
So you keep going, like, everything's fine.
Yeah, and then afterwards, like after I keep sending it, like he hasn't really emailed me back, and I'm just like, well, I'm doing my part of the job. I want to let him know where I am at with the designs, so I continue sending him the stuff, and then like when it finally gets to that 7 day point, like I let him know I finished all the 50 designs, and then like I just sent like, okay, so you can pay me like this or and stuff like that, and then like if you want any edits, like I'm always down for editing and stuff, and then he emailed me back and said, this is not what I want at all. And I'm like, well, you did tell me that you want me to pretty much be in charge of it, and I've been sending you my draft throughout the whole week, and the first few ones you said it was okay to go. So is there any edits you wanted and stuff like that? So then he sends me, he's like, oh, well, like, our product can do this and this. So he sent me a picture of this draft that he wants. It's this very intricate, like, design, like, very, very detailed. By the way, I'm getting paid $10 per sketch. Like, this amount of details, it would probably take the full day for one fucking sketch.
Yeah.
Like, if you want, and then, like, ended up, like, he was saying, like, because I want to put this on the website as soon as possible. I'm like, excuse me, you asked for draft designs, not final designs.
Yeah. And
that is very different.
Yeah, and you're sending them for, like, approval.
Yeah. $10 for final designs? Are you kidding me? like, for this kind of detail, like, think of it, what's that name for that style? Like, new... You know, it's kind of like a Greekish style. It looks kind of Greek, I guess. Like, new something. But then, anyways, it's, like, extremely detailed kind of style. Yeah. And then I'm like, that is ridiculous. And then I'm just saying, like, oh, I did my part. You signed a contract for it. It's like, you wanted me to meet at this deadline. I said I would work till this deadline. And then, unless you want me to make any minor edits afterwards and stuff like that. Yeah. It's all written on the contract, which he also signed. Yeah. So then he's supposed to pay me for services even though if he doesn't use it.
Yeah.
Because I send it to you constantly to ask you...
approve them.
Yeah. Or if you don't reply, that is not my fault because we already stated very clearly that you want it done by this day and that is the deadline.
And you sent them. He didn't say... And the ones he did send back, he was like, oh, those are fine.
Well, he didn't send back. He just says a few notes. I'm like, okay. Yeah, those are okay.
He's like, did you even fucking look at the design?
Yeah, exactly. So then I'm like saying, it's like, well, I did my services. It's like, and then it's written very clear on the contract and stuff. So then this guy just doesn't reply me for the longest time. And then my sister asks, like, oh, what's going on? It's like that, right? And I'm like, well, he's not paying me, and then it's like he said that and then my sister talked to the guy, and then he said that he'll pay me like the end of the month.
Of course that didn't happen.
Yeah, of course that didn't happen. So then I kept on chasing him, and then and then he kept on saying a bunch of bullshit. It's like, oh, this isn't what I want and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, that doesn't matter now. I just want to make sure that you don't use my designs.
Yeah, like,
because this is a week of my time. This is really disrespectful, especially if you say that, like, especially if I did all my work that I said I would do, and then we both agreed to it, and you are not paying me at all for my week's worth of time.
Yeah.
So, like, at this point, it's like, I just don't want to jeopardize their friendship. Yeah. So then I'm just like, at this point, I don't even care if you pay me anymore. I just don't want you to use any of my designs. And if you do use my designs, I will take it to court. Yeah, because, like, it's completely ridiculous.
Yeah, like, that's just like freelance nightmare. Clients super vague. And
yeah, then, like, there's a lot of freelance nightmares like this. Yeah, like, clients super vague. Be very careful with them.
You deliver based on the client's parameters, and the client's like, this is not what I want at all. Like, but these are based on your parameters, and you signed off on the approval of drafts for them.
I actually heard some of my friends where, like, they receive these clients, and then the clients are like, they don't go with them anymore, but then, like, the ideas they shared, they steal their ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they steal their ideas and then claim it as theirs, pretty much. So they pretty much, like, drag you out to fucking steal your ideas. There are a lot of scumbags like this. I hope everyone just watches out for them. And never work for someone that just said, like, if it's not, like, a big business and stuff like that, never work for anyone that just to include stuff in your portfolio, because that is completely wrong.
I hate looking at those, like, you know, I'm like, you have a lot of art, DAs, all artists, so, like, you guys, like, have respect and self-worth for yourself.
Yeah.
There's collaborative efforts are always great and everything, but, like,
it depends on who it is.
It depends who it is and everything, but, like, there's a lot of creepos out there that just literally want free work and have no respect for the time that it'll take you to do it.
Yeah.
So respect yourself, value your time, and then people that actually legitimately want the work will value you as well.
Yeah, because, like, working for stuff just for your portfolio kind of thing is like, that's complete BS. I did that for an internship, but that's the thing, like, that company is well known, so that is something worth writing on my resume about. I'm talking about the people that doesn't, like...
Hey, I want to design
I have
a new
an idea.
Can we talk about concept for it?
I can't pay you right now, but you can put it in your portfolio, and eventually when we make money, I'll pay you. No, that's BS.
Yeah, it's complete BS. You'll never see a cent.
Yeah. So
anyway, so that's that one. Now
yeah, the grand finale.
Yeah, your golden goose on this one
is actually the teaching job, which is, yes, like I'm not gonna say their name, of course, but there is limitless like horror stories from them, to be completely honest. Like in the beginning of the jobs, like I thought they were really nice people.
Yeah.
Because like I guess it was like the first impressions kind of thing, and that died down throughout my job, by the way.
They had a pretty good first impression. Like, I know when I met the first
but that died down throughout my job, and it was very, very obvious, like, they were actually not those kind of people. Yeah, like, their mask completely unveiled for me. Because, like, in the beginning, I thought they actually cared about their students.
Yeah.
I didn't feel they care in the end. I did not feel they care at all. I felt like it was just about meeting expectations of the parents. And especially when as artists, you want them to do something they love. Like, this is what they're looking for, right?
Yeah.
So, like, no matter what, you shouldn't, like, I know, like, this is a very fine line kind of thing, like, but then, like, this is why I didn't like working there, because, like...
I think you should just say what they had you do, that, so, like, put it into context.
Well, like, no, I didn't end up doing it, but then, like, they, pretty much a lot of the, students, like, I didn't know this at first, but then, like, the main, which is also one of my boss there, like, she did pretty much most of the work for the students, for their post-secondary portfolio, by the way. So, like, when I first got there, and then, like, that student was just, like, I was helping her, right? And then she was just like, can you just do it for me? I'm like, excuse me? It's like, I can't draw for you. It's like, I can, like, teach you how to draw, but I can't do your work for you. And then she's like, really? Like, she always draws for me. It's like, then like, what, is all my portfolio stuff, like, I can't include it because, like, she drew for me? I'm like, I was like, at first when I was, like, I heard that, I'm like, what is this, right?
Yeah, you totally thought, like, this kid's crazy.
Yeah, because, like, I'm like, that, first, that's really disrespectful to my career. Second, it's like, are you fucking stupid? Do you think this is just, like, a free ride or something? So I went to my boss at that time, and then I asked her, and she's like, no, we don't do the work for her. Like, we're supposed to, like, teach her and stuff. And then she's like, no, she's, like, saying BS pretty much. Near the end, like, most of the students' work I saw, like, a lot of them, she did a giant shit ton of work for them. Like, especially the lazy students. Like, there's a lot, like, I wouldn't say there's a lot, but there's some students that's actually really passionate about their work, and they did most of their work. And that's you for playing with your ring. So, like, there's some students that, like, they're really passionate, so they actually are really into their work, right? And but then that's the thing, like, with those passionate students, like, I barely saw her helping them. Because they're really into their work, right? So she's helping more of the lazy students because she wants to meet the parents' expectations.
Yeah, essentially they sound like, oh, this is a prep program to get into the school you want. And then it's like...
But that's the thing. It's not the teacher's fault if the students are freaking lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're supposed to try to encourage them as much as possible.
Give them guidance.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to, like...
do their job for them.
You're pretty much leading them to, like, a really crappy expectation of how easy university is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, if the university will see that this is not your work, you will be fucking expelled. This is, like, it is not a joke, okay? And then, like, I am very, very, very much against that. Like, all the students that I taught, like, I I will help them in their work, but I wouldn't do their work for them because that's a completely different thing.
That's not even a fine line. That's like
because like there like there's some parts where like the student might be repeating what they're doing or like they need some like help with like cutting some stuff and things like that, which is like it just takes time, right? It doesn't take much skills, so then I will assist them in that, and then I'll help them in like concept development and stuff like that, guiding someone. So like I'm like trying to think how I can like expand on that. It's just like throughout the entire thing, like I talk to them a lot about how I am uncomfortable with like doing the students' work, and they keep on trying to convince me. It's like, oh no, you're not doing the students' work, you're just like trying to help them meet their portfolio deadline. But then that's the thing,
if they can't meet their own portfolio deadline, they don't deserve to go to the school.
And it's like you're pretty like these works aren't theirs. That is not their work. And then like you're trying to meet the parents' expectations. Like, of course you try to like satisfy them too, but you're also trying to help the students. Like
just in context, I mean, like it's like the equivalent of like getting a free ride there, and then you get there, and then like you think, oh, it'll be just free rides the whole way, and then when actual university post-secondary instructors expect you to do work, you don't. You're like, what? I gotta do work?
Okay, by the way, I am also played largely a bad guy there because I actually try to make students do their work. There I will say like there were some students that had a really bad impression of me because I was trying to make them do their work. Like think of it in that, like, isn't that ridiculous? Yeah. Like, yes, I do try to play bad cop a lot, but then it's kind of like, if you see a student that came here for 3 hours of sessions, by the way, literally doing nothing throughout the whole class, what do? You just let them do nothing? They're like pretty much wasting their time. It's like...
And their parents' money.
Yeah, parents' money. That's a lot of money. So that was that part, and plus, like... Oh, shit. I remember something, but I also forgot. This is gonna go above 30 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Because this is like a long drag on. Okay, by the way, when you were talking about the students going to university thing and the work, that student that I was talking about that was saying, it's like, oh, aren't you supposed to do the work for me kind of thing? She actually asked us, it's like, where do you find people to, like, because I kind of want to hire someone to do my work during university. She was looking, there were websites on that, and she was looking for someone that would accept, like, doing her work for her in university.
Yeah, that's retarded. Actually, I got offers like that. And it's like, it's super annoying.
It's like, are you kidding me? Are you actually asking me this right now?
Well, like, to me, it's like, it was really dumb, because, like, I remember when I was, I did, to pay some money when I was in university, I did some, like, freelance tutoring. Yeah. So, like, you go meet the person, like, you talk, they call you first, they'd be like, oh, I'm looking for some help with, in most cases, it was English, or, like, paper, or, like, editing essays. And, like, I'm like, you can make a fair, if you're a decent writer and, like, understand argument structure, you actually make a good amount of money, like, doing that in university. Oh, yeah. Because, like, there's a lot of people that, like, they just, like, the reason I started doing it is because I actually did it for free for my friends, because, like, they if they struggle with structure, you spend a few hours, edit their essay for them, help them with it.
Yeah, well, you're helping them, right?
Yeah, they have the ideas already, and so, like, they got a few of their friends to ask me if I would do it for them. But yeah, then this, like, one of them, like, he literally, like, he literally asked me, he's like, okay, so I got this essay due next week, and, like, he's like, I got dick for it. He's like, admitted he has nothing for it. Yeah. He's like, if I pay you, will you write it for me? Like, and he was like offering me like $500 to write a paper for him. And I'm just like, because, like, at the time, honestly, I didn't. Now I'm like totally like no, but at the time, you really think about it.
Yeah, because like, you need the money.
Well, to me, it's like one night of work for $500 is a crazy ratio. Yeah. But I'm like. But then at the same time, I also have to stand on my principle. Of course, in the end, guys, by the way, I didn't do it. I abjectly refused him. And then like
I actually know people who did that.
Yeah, and I kind of made it a policy like from the get-go that I would outright reject it and not even show any thought for it. So it's like
it's tempting though.
It's tempting because they're lazy. They have lots of mommy and daddy money.
Yeah.
And they feel that they deserve the degree because on the merit of money.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I hate that kind of I can't think of the word right now.
Well, but
anyway,
then,
so back to you.
But then, like, completely understand, like, my point of thinking that is, like, I try so hard to get where I am.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I try so hard to get to my, like, of course, that at that time, like, I felt like I tried hard at that time to get into my university. It's like, I did work for it, but then, like, I don't think I tried hard enough. Yeah. But, like, that's still the thing. Everything I do, it's mine.
Yeah.
And I do try really hard throughout university and everything. So for you to tell me, like, talk to me about these kind of things is such an insult to me. You do not deserve to be an artist. Choose fucking something else. It's like, I don't even know what you can choose. I don't know, fucking, like, feed off someone else. Because that is completely ridiculous. I have a really strong point of this. Like, I don't accept it at all. My tolerance is fucking 0 for this. Yeah, so anyways, here are some stories that I also want to talk about. There was a parent that literally, yes, this will go well past 30 minutes.
I know, I'm just letting you know what time it is.
Okay. There was one part of the, when I was working, like, this parent came in and, like, she was talking about what the courses for her kid and stuff. And so I was like, okay. So, she was, like, saying all these things, and then she just asked me, like, oh, what did you major in? And I'm like, I majored in animation. And she's like, oh, my kid's also really interested in that. And she's like, but I don't really see a future in that. I don't see any growth. And then I'm like, so I told you that I majored in animation, which I spent 4 years of my life doing in university, and you're telling me straight to my face that there is no future in this. And you're saying that your daughter is really interested in this, but you rather her go into something that makes more money, like architecture. Excuse me?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
super disrespectful to my job.
Yeah.
So, like, by the way, like, throughout the entire time that I was there, like, before I felt I was a teacher, but, like, afterwards, I just felt I was a worker there, because I did not get that respect. Everything I did, and they kept on saying, like, oh, if you have any problems with whatever, or things we can improve on, let us know. I offered a lot of suggestions, like, ways that students should and should not behave.
Yeah.
Like, sleeping in class, you should be able to say something about it. And, like, teachers should have some power, because if they don't have any power, students do walk over you. They take advantage of that and stuff like that. So they keep on saying, like, oh, they wanted me to be one of the main teachers there, by the way. How are you gonna make me the main teacher if you don't give me the respect like a main teacher should have?
Yeah.
Or actually just a teacher should have. Because pretty much, like, students can be really disrespectful to me, and I am not supposed to, like react to it at all, pretty much. Yeah. It's like, I can say, it's like, oh, don't do that and stuff like that. But then, like, there are some parts where, like, one of the students, like, I think they were talking about, like, doing a project with condoms and stuff, and it's kind of like, whatever, right? In university, honestly, like, there are some projects like that, so it's like, I'm like, okay, and stuff like that. And then, like, the student's like, I bet teacher Jenny knows a lot about condoms. Okay, something like this. Like, he would say, like, this, like, students would say a lot of, like, things, that's really disrespectful. And I was, like, that time, like, I know I couldn't scold the students.
Yeah.
But there's a point where you need to be completely honest. Oh, bless you. To be completely honest, you just need to have that power, right? Mm. Because if you don't, like, they see it's okay. And then I was, like, that time I was just, like, I just have a really stern face. I'm like, excuse me? What did you just say to me? But I didn't scold him. Mm. And I'm like, I just, like, let it off the table pretty much. But I let him know that I was irritated. 'Cause, like, things like this. So there was also this part which is like actually this is also one of my boss, like he's the guy boss, right? And then I was like,
the guy boss.
Yeah. Well, like I'm cutting something for a student, and then like he just came in and he like saw me. He's like, "Oh, let me handle this. Men are stronger than women. Men can do this kind of work." And then and he actually in Mandarin he pretty much just said women are weaker than men, and then he pretty much like pushed me aside. I'm like, what the fuck, right? So, but then like I didn't say it. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you, or like stuff like that, and I just like walked off, kind of thing. And I did something else. But and then the next time when he wasn't there, and I'm helping the student again, and then the student was like, "Whoa, you're cutting so much faster than him." And then she told my other female boss, she was just like, "Hey, what should you say to him? Like she's like teacher Jenny is cutting so much faster than him." So then like it's those kind of it's like so disrespectful to say something like that. It's like, yeah, you might not think of it at the time,
but there's better ways of saying it.
But like, the thing is, if you repeat it, then he did repeat it, by the way.
There's ways of saying it. Like, even if your attitude's old country kind of attitude, there's more respect. Like, I've encountered that too. It's like, there's respectful. It's like, you know what, that's a little dangerous. Why don't you let me take care of that for you? Like you can say you don't. Nobody loses face.
Yeah.
If you have the secret attitude that women are weaker than men and the men should do the manual work, that's fine. But like, you have to learn.
Well, that's not really fine.
Well, but it's your own problem.
Yeah.
Don't make it somebody else's problem. Like, you have to still exist with people that don't share your attitude.
He did do this multiple times.
Yeah,
like I helped him hold something down, and then like he pretty much pushed me aside for it, and I'm just like, he gave me an irritated face and is like, "Can you not do that for me?" And it's like, "Can you do something else because it's making it harder for me?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Because like, okay, think of this: it's a long tube, and then he's holding it on one side. So if someone doesn't hold the other side, the tube waves around very obviously, which it did. It keeps on waving. So I'm like, okay, you want to do this yourself? I did something else. So it's kind of like, there's a lot of things. And then like, they would say things like, oh, they are shorter people. They keep on continuously saying like in the classroom of like students, and including me and stuff like that. And then they keep on saying, it's like, oh, shorter people are so much smarter than tall people. Like, they continuously say that, and then I'm just like...
You say it once, it's a joke.
No, they keep on saying it.
You know what I mean? It's like, you say it once, it's a joke. You say it twice. Okay, it's kind of wearing thin. It's like, okay, now shut up on the third time.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, everyone's taller than them, by the way. So then, like, I'm hearing that, I'm like, do you guys know what you're saying? It's actually really disrespectful. It's like, I don't care... Somehow, like, I wouldn't care as much if you just say it to me. But then, like, if you're saying it in front of students think it's okay to, like, say something like this. Like, it's just so stupid. And then, like, throughout the entire thing, a lot of, like, the students' project, honestly, like, before, like, because you see so much art, right? Some art, you don't see it. And then, but then, like, there are some of the students painting and stuff. Like, I keep on organizing the library books because that was part of my job, quote unquote. So then, like, a lot of times I look a few, it looks almost the exact same as the students, and then that completely freaked me out.
Yeah, like they're like literally plagiarizing art.
Yeah, or like they tweak a few things, but then the style looks the same. I'm like. And then I did bring that up because I'm just like...
He's like, you should be concerned about this.
Yeah, because I'm like, because if they get into university, they think this might be okay and stuff. And then it's like, it's not good. Like, what if the people might have seen these kind of stuff before, too.
Yeah, I mean, if it's from an art book...
Yeah.
Likely, it's... The guy's famous enough to have one. And pretty much,
they said, there's so much art in the world, they're not going to see all kinds of art. And not only that, they just like they kind of like sweep it off their shoulder and say, oh, they don't have a really strong grasp of concepts, so we're kind of trying to guide them you don't guide them in this way, man. You do not guide them in this kind of way. Like, you do research, but you don't like take ideas like that.
Yeah, you don't flat out steal.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a serious thing in university. Like, you get to post-secondary. Like, I remember... You get expelled for that. Like, yeah. I remember, like, there was actually this one time I was in a modernism, like, a 300-level upper division class. We had just handed in our term papers the day before. Yeah. And then, like, the teacher was, like, 10, 15 minutes late. He walked in and he's like, oh, sorry, guys. Sorry I'm late. I was just dealing with a student. She had plagiarized. And, like... She came to my office weeping. I had to deal with it. And we all raised the hand. We're like, is this about our term papers? Oh. He's like, no, it's not your class. But, like, he essentially went on and told us, like, she had misquoted, like, by accident. Like, she had quoted incorrectly out of a text. And took an idea as her own. Like, literally all she had to do was write the quotations, but that is a very serious crime in post-secondary. Yeah. And could you just imagine, like, you trying to enter post-secondary and you're already being taught plagiarism's okay?
Yeah, I know.
Like, she got expelled for it.
Yeah, and she did it by accident.
Yeah, and these people are doing it on purpose for multiple pieces.
Yeah, so it's like I'm really trying to get in the students' head that it's like, this is not okay. It's like, even though... you were, like, kind of brought up like this, like, I was trying really hard to just be like, because a lot of instances, like, the students would be like, can't I just, like, change a few things out of this? And can I just, I'm like, no, like, you should, and then I would actually draw something beside it, and it's like, oh, why don't you draw something like this? Yeah. Because, like, to be completely honest, I'd rather them, draw something that no one has seen before, than them copying something else, so it's kind of like, yeah, it's like, what else can I say about that? And then near the end, of course, you knew this. Yeah. Like, because, like, I was also administrator there. By the way, they gave me a lot of work that isn't even administrative work, and I was, like, completely whatever about it. But then they said it was administrative work, and then when this new guy came in, like, I listed all the work that I did, pretty much, which was the administration work. And then the new guy was saying, it's like, well, he was just like, because he did administration work before, so he was like, so pretty much I'm babysitting these kids. It's like, what are these, like, kind of things, like, he's like, should I be doing them? And then they say it in front of me too, and it's like, oh no, that was just her job because she was also the teacher. No other teachers did these. Yeah. So I'm like looking at, because this is near the end, their masks are pretty much off. So I'm like, I feel really cheated, right? That's why I like, during that time, I was, like, really depressed. Like, in this kind of aspect. I wasn't, like, a person under depression, but I was, like, really on the edge kind of thing. Yeah. So, like, when I finally left everything and stuff, like, I did take my bios, and some of my friends' bios that were still there, that they weren't working there anymore, by the way. And one of them, like, he doesn't even know his bio was on there. He's not a friend, he's like someone I know, and, like, he had no idea, and they kept on saying, like...
They're advertising him as a teacher.
Yeah, because he's pretty well known. And then, like, they kept on saying, it's like, oh no, we still have connection with them and stuff. I'm like, then why did they say, like, they had no... Like, why did they say, like, they didn't want them on there? And it's like, I didn't want mine on there and stuff. Yeah. So then, like, of course, like, we aren't teaching there anymore, so I took our bios off on my last day, because honestly, I did know they were gonna do some BS like this. Yeah. And then, like, they called, and then they were just saying, it's like, oh no, we still have you really shouldn't have done that. We still have content, so they're still teaching there.
Like, and literally, we were at dinner with them the week before, talking about, like, oh, your shit's still on there. Yeah. And they're like, oh, get that shit off. Yeah. Like that. Like,
I actually asked all of them if they want their stuff off before I left, because I did know they were gonna do something like this. Yeah. And then she was just like, oh no, like, even though you still shouldn't have done that, it's like a really bad thing to do. I'm like thinking, it's like, so it's a good thing to do to keep people that's not even teaching there anymore to be on your website just to advertise your school? Are you kidding me? Like, they were gonna keep everyone's, by the way. And then they said the people who actually left the school, they said they were on vacation and they were still teaching there.
By the way, these are the same people we had dinner with the week before. They were going, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, and then, like, I was also, like, telling some of the students, like, oh, if they have free time and they're working on their sketchbook, they can go sketch meet, right?
Which is like, you might want to explain what sketch meet is.
I'm sure a lot of listeners know what sketch meet is. Okay, but I'll explain. Sketch meet is pretty much like people in the local area, just like artists in the local area gather around, and then we just like draw whatever we want in our sketchbook, and then it's kind of like we can bounce ideas off each other, or we can like ask for critiques to each other, and just like have some network, right? That's all it is. It's not a class. It's not a class. She called me and she was saying how she was really offended that.
This was after you'd quit.
Yeah, after I quit, by the way. She was saying like she was really offended how I was promoting a class in her school, and I'm just like, I'm not promoting a class. These students are doing sketchbooks, so I'm saying that there is this free thing that everyone is doing. It's
like an artist collaboration.
It's pretty much like friends hanging out.
Yeah, if like
having a drink.
And if you think, and like to put it in the student's perspective, it's like literally you can get the opinions of working professional artists.
Yeah.
Because like pretty much everybody there.
Yeah.
Is from your graduation class and is working in the industry already.
Or we're just from school.
Yeah, exactly. You get industry advice that they're giving voluntarily as like just as artist to artist. It's not like a class,
and it helps you like get into a groove of your like sketching and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like nobody can improve by themselves.
So honestly, I thought this was really beneficial, especially for like students their age, and they're trying to get in post-secondary and they need a solid sketchbook, right? So then I was just saying, I was like, oh, there's this. Yeah. There's this that you can go to if you want. And then like she was just saying, and I'm like, no, it's not a class. It's just I explain what it is, and she's like, oh, you shouldn't be promoting this because that's like bringing food into a restaurant, bring like food from other restaurant into a restaurant.
Like that's.
I'm just like, you do not care about these students at all. You're just scared of losing them. That's it.
Yeah, like.
Like that is completely it. Like why else would you be so like scared of something that is free, that is not a class, that is just a bunch of artists hanging out and drawing. It's like, and then she's just like, if they found these out themselves, then that would be okay and stuff. And but then it's like, you shouldn't be promoting this. I'm like, do you think like, honestly, most people like, at least at my age at that time, I didn't know something like this existed.
Yeah, it's available. Right?
Yeah, it's available. I didn't know something like this existed.
It helped immensely to have like.
Yeah.
Professional, like even other university students, like just collaboratively helping each other. So like after that, I was like, I am so done with these people. I'm super done. And then they were still kind of saying like, oh, we still want the connection with you, and like, oh, maybe you can teach us some future classes and stuff like that. And they actually tried to call me, I think a month after or something. I forgot. I didn't pick up. And then like one of the students, he didn't know where his. By the way, this is like 2 months or a month after. Actually, probably it's more than a month. Like 3 months or 2 months after. 3 months, 4 months. So like, and the student was like asking where his file was. I had listed out like super long of where everything was, all the passwords, everything, in documents. I printed it out, give it to them. And by the way, they just put like attendance book on it. They told me to do it too, and then I'm like, whatever. So like when the student asked me, I'm just like, by the way, this happened a lot. All the students' files and stuff, they don't even know where it is. Student projects, files, they ask me. And then it's kind of like, I'm not even working there anymore, and your student is still asking me. What is this? Because you don't know where it is.
Yeah.
I bet you they totally said, you know how teacher Jenny's number? Just call her.
Yeah, that's exactly, like, because they know that I added some of my students, because I still want a connection with them. I really want to know if they get into the schools they want to go to, right?
Yeah.
So, that was my giant horror story.
Yeah, so...
Sorry that dragged out really long.
So Jenny constantly accuses me of talking...
No, I admit that I would talk really long for this, because that would be a really long story.
Yeah, so... I guess as like closing on this, we've all worked crappy jobs, and it's really made you appreciate the job you're at now, which is awesome.
Yeah, I love my job now.
Yeah, I love my job too, and like, honestly, like, I've actually loved my job since like graduated with a technology degree. It's like it's only before like the Joe jobs then, and even honestly, even Toys R Us. You know what? Honestly, I'll have to say this: as horrible as I made Toys R Us sound, like in that, those were like it's like that one thing that makes your entire normal day shitty.
Yeah.
And like the people I work with, they were awesome and great. And like I worked with a whole bunch of friends I like went to university with. It was like it was totally cool most of the time. But it's those one events that like really stick out in your mind.
Honestly, like when I left the school, like I really felt really bad because I really missed the students, and especially.
But you do it, but like. I will admit this, like, and everybody noticed it too. We actually talked about it.
Yeah.
We actually talked about when I picked up your former coworker and her boyfriend. Yeah. There was like we were like saying, I was like, literally, it was night and day.
Yeah.
There, like, you were just had more energy. You were less angry. You were less short fused about things. Just like literally like a day after you'd quit.
Yeah. And even my friend who worked with me, like, she was... Actually, 3 of the teachers quit, like, pretty much on the same day.
Yeah, well, that's...
And we're all animators. Like, I didn't know one of my other acquaintance was quitting. But me and my friend, like, we were really down to quit. Like, we all agree it was, like, it's not good. It's
not worth it. Like, we need to...
yeah.
It's not worth supporting this.
Yeah, but I like, honestly, that was one thing that really... That was also one thing why I felt like I really kind of wanted to stay there for a bit, because I wanted to, like, I really miss a lot of my students, and I'm kind of glad that some of them still keep in contact with me. Like it was actually really cute, like because before I left, they also gave me like a card that had a lot of students writing stuff in there, and like a few of my students said like I was their favorite teacher.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, I know. But there were some students that was also like laughing about how they used to like not like me, but then afterwards like we were all chill and stuff. Yeah, I hope all of them are the best.
Yeah, like it's not if the students hard work. It's not the students' fault that like they had the bad attitude when the school promotes that kind of bad attitude.
Yeah, like honestly, some of them were kind of brought up the wrong way. Like in thinking that's right.
It's like entitlement. That's the word I was thinking for. Like but they were just entitled to their education.
Yeah, but they're good kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, and if any of them are hearing this, sorry I had to be bad cop, but it had to be done.
Yeah. So I guess that puts a close to this chapter.
Yep. Sorry this dragged on super long. That's completely my fault.
She admits it.
Love you guys.
Okay, take care, guys.
See ya.
Why always kind of sound creepy at the end of these?
I gotta.
Okay.